Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
You can't run away from who you are, sister. I heard Gary Vee mention this in a podcast I was listening to today, and I even created a post about it as well, then too on Facebook, my personal page. But, I was fascinated by those words. You can't run away from who you are. And he references this in response to a question that the podcaster asked him and had gotten from a lot of his followers, which was this whole question of balance. Now, if you know anything about Gary Vaynerchuk, he is somebody who works a lot. He talks about it. He documents it. He does not recommend that everybody do it. That's him. He knows who he is. He is a full-blooded 1,000% entrepreneur, a producer, a creator. It's part of who he is. And he talked about how, that people don't understand looking from the outside in that he's working 15, 18, 19 hours a day, some days during the week. 2 days home with his family on the weekends, off for 7 weeks on holidays. He said, what they've really set up, him and his wife Lizzie, is it works for them. It works for their family. It doesn't work for everybody. But he also said, if he didn't have this, if he didn't have the ability, if he didn't actually set up his life this way, of how much that he truly loves to work, and it's working for him in his life for now, it gets him what he wants for now, that if he didn't do this, there would be far greater problems. So what does he mean by a comment like this? Well, I can only get to mean things like, for people, if they don't express who they truly are, they begin to go to places like, well, how can I, what can I do to kind of make myself feel good? Alcohol, drugs, sex, porn, shopping, gambling, fill in the blank, food, exercise sometimes too. Hey, look, anything can be an addiction, right? Anything can be used to shut off what you're feeling inside of you and make you feel good. There'd be far greater problems. And I truly believe that. I believe that 1,000% for all of us, that we don't show up as who we truly are. That it begins to really fuck with us. And I can speak from my experience, sister, because I've been there before. I felt this feeling inside of me, literally from when I was about 29 years old, that I was called to something bigger, something greater, something more. I had no idea what it was. It scared me. So guess what? I squashed it for literally the next 10 plus years. Because I didn't know what it was. So if I couldn't define it, if I couldn't understand it, if I couldn't create it, how could I create it? If I didn't know what it was, then fuck it, I wasn't going to do anything. And so I just put my head down and finished becoming a chiropractor, and went on my merry way. I lived my life. It was not a bad life. It just wasn't 100% me. You can't run away from who you truly are. Well, see, if I continue down this path of being in practice, again, not a miserable life. Love being a chiropractor. Love serving the patients that we did. So grateful for what we produced in our community and all the people that came to see us on a regular basis. Incredibly grateful for that. But I realize now, looking back, a little bit over a year since we closed the doors of our chiropractic office in St. Albert, Alberta, Canada, that was not fully who I was. I couldn't continue to run away from who I truly was. And so 5.5 years ago, when I started on this process, I said, I don't know what this thing is inside of me, but I'm just going to start doing something. I'm going to take action. So I began to write. I wrote a blog. It's horrible. I then moved that blog onto our chiropractic office website. I blogged there. I blogged about chiropractic and nutrition and exercise and fitness and mindset and motherhood and parenting and marriage. And the ones on parenting really hit. And so it was from there, I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm getting feedback. I'm going to create a podcast. And I called it Mama 41. And it ran for 13 months. And it was about embracing imperfect moms everywhere. And I did interviews, and I interviewed people, and I also did solo episodes. And then from there, as I was really understanding more of who I truly was, I stopped running away from who I truly was, and I started to run towards who I was becoming, who I was meant to be. Who I'm still becoming, still do that on a daily basis. But that's really how it morphed into this podcast, Women Wanting More, which actually came out almost 2 years ago. It's crazy. I was thinking as I was driving my son home from day camp, I'm actually now recording this outside my home, walking around a little bit as Tyson's fallen asleep at the end of a busy day at summer camp. It's exhausting. I'm letting him sleep for a little bit, recording this podcast. And I realized it's coming up in 2 years of the podcast, like, holy shit, over 1 million downloads. This is episode 323, I believe, coming out. Like, oh my God, 323. 323 podcast episodes. That's a lot. That's a lot of a message. That's a lot of content. That's a lot of, I'm just going to say it, sister, that's a lot of value for you for free. And if it only helps you hear this message today, it's all worth it. You cannot run away from who you are. You can't. Again, you can numb it. You can say, I'm fine, but you're really not. You can hide, but you can't run away from who you truly are. So here's your more tip for today, sister. Who truly are you? Take out your journal and write for 10 minutes. I am, and just start writing. Not a whole lot of direction, is there? Well, here's the thing. You got to figure this shit out. You do. No one's going to find it for you. There isn't 3 steps that'll get you there. Like, who are you? These are big questions, right? These are big questions. And you could be who you are or different titles, right? Wife, mother, businesswoman, entrepreneur, professional, sister, aunt, daughter, friend, neighbor. Who are you? How do people describe you? How do you define yourself? Who are you? It's like the question of, like, what is the meaning of life, right? Like, Jesus, I don't fucking know. No, you know. It's just deep in there, right? It's buried. You can't run away from who you truly are. So instead of you trying to pretend to be somebody else, or who you think you're supposed to show up as, or who you or what you think that people expect of you, or how you're supposed to as a mother, or as a wife, or as a businesswoman, or as a daughter, like as a friend, how about you just start showing up as who you truly are? Because you know what? The world is is full of so much fucking bullshit these days. When you truly are you, what a gift that actually is. What a gift that is. So listen, these conversations just like this, we're having in the new Facebook group I created called the Women Wanting More Experience. I want you to click on the link to these notes or email me, drkaren@drkarenosrom.com, and I will send you the link to be able to request to join this group, and you can be one of the 400 plus women that are inside the new Women Wanting More Experience private Facebook group. So I will talk to the next episode. A life of more is just one step away from me doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.